Let's talk about some candied yams. First, you're going to need to really wash your yams really, really well to get the skin clean. And you want to get yams that aren't too thick, right? Because when they're too big, they're hard to cut. And I like the dark red jewel yams. They're delicious and not sweet potatoes. You want yams, remember? I'm going to go ahead and cut them. And you don't want to cut them too big. You don't want to cut them too thin. When you cut them too thin, they just break apart when you candy them. So I like to do at least a half an inch or more, but not as big as an inch, right? So you're just going to cut them into pretty even sized pieces because you want them to cook all at the same time. Now, candied yams are super easy. I'm just going to go ahead and add them into the pot. You can also do this in the oven, but I like to do mine on the stove. I've got some brown sugar and regular sugar and a nice hefty pinch of salt. Some cut up pieces of butter. And the seasonings I'm using here is cinnamon, nutmeg, and clove. I'm just going to add that to here. I know some people like ginger, so feel free to add whatever spices you like. Now this is completely optional. I'm going to use some orange zest and orange juice. It's not traditional, but my yams smack. It's so good. A little bit of vanilla and a little bit of maple syrup. I'm going to give that a good mix and then get that on the stove on low heat and just let that to start boil down. I don't add any water because yams, like all vegetables, have water in them and it will release. At this point, you want to kind of taste that candied syrup just to make sure it tastes the way you want it to. I decided I needed a little more cinnamon, so I added some here. Taste your food as you go. I'm going to go ahead and simmer this on a low heat for about 45 minutes or until those yams are nice and tender. Once they're tender, I got this from my brother, Tyrone Irvin. You guys check out Soapbox Heroes. Don't tell him, but this changes the game. You're going to add some of that heavy cream and gently stir it so you don't break up the yams, but you're going to gently stir it into the candied yams. And it's so good. It makes them like velvety and luscious. And that's it. You're going to cook it on low to let that cream incorporate just for another 5 minutes. But look at that juice, right? That yam juice. Wait till I make the macaroni and cheese and that yam juice and the macaroni and cheese touch each other. Thank you, Jesus. All right. The full recipe will be on cookingwithqueen.com.